Hey everyone, welcome back to our continuing coverage of i69. My name is Mr. Slin. I'm here with Ro, and we're excited to bring to you the lower bracket round 2 between tf2easy and Boomers. tf2easy beat Zypher in the upper bracket, losing to Witness Gaming, and Boomers lost to Swift, but they defeated Smear in the big house, so that's how we got here. And Ro, I'm pretty excited for this match, and excited to cast you for the first time.
Yeah, no, it's I've always known you, Slin. Like everyone knows who Slin is in the early days of TF2 competitive, and it's just like really wonderful to be here with you as well. This game, I saw a little bit of TF2easy yesterday. They were dominating. Like almost everyone on the roster that I saw was like a factor in every single round that they played. And so I'm feeling really good about the potential for tf2easy to close this one out. But I didn't get a chance to see Boomers, and so I'm excited to see if maybe they can do some little upset. Give us a good match here today.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Boomers as well. I just can't but help but feel a little underdressed right now. I'm just looking at the outfits. Like I decided to put a collar on, but you took it the next step.
Yeah, no, this is a really nice little thing I bought a couple years ago for GexCon, and it's paid off itself for the number of TF2 events I've gotten to wear it for.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So we just did the map pick bands, and we're gonna start on Gully Wash, and then Snakewater will be second, and if we go to a map 3, it'll be Granary. But yeah, I think the favorite in this match is definitely tf2easy, one of the top contenders heading in here, and Boomers was coming out of the open bracket. But they stand a good chance as well, and I'm hoping for a good match.
It's very possible here, especially we didn't get to see a little bit of a Gully Wash yet. I know in Europe it can be Gully Wash can have some very interesting mid rollouts, especially. So I'm really excited to see what kind of nonsense we might come across for our first map.
Yeah, I just finished casting with Jesse the Froyo Tech match versus Swift, and it was like a little bit too silly for me, so I'm hoping for a little bit less silliness. There was like a lot of spy play, like a lot more spy than I was hoping for, like some pyro pushouts, So we'll see if we get to that point, but it'll be good either way.
And one other thing, I'm actually waiting for the map. I didn't have the newest version installed of Gully Wash, so I'm doing that right now. But the big thing about this is the winner of this match goes on to the lower bracket semis, I want to say, and that will likely be up against Swift or whoever wins Swift versus Zypher, which is the other match going on right now. And after that, they'll take on whoever wins in a couple hours. Witness Gaming and Froyotech are going to be going head to head, and the loser of that will be meeting up for the lower bracket finals tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. That's how this is all panning out.
Got it. Yeah, everything leads up to day 3 is the most exciting matches for sure. And it's just so exciting to have i69 because it's been some time during COVID, wasn't able to have that in-person LAN, and it's great to see all these top level players coming together for some live TF2. So I always love watching LANs. It's like really fun to see everyone put on their best show possible, and I like seeing North America represent where possible. But in this case, we got some European TF2, and that'll be good too.
It's also really, really nice that we got the i69 series to come out against the odds, right? Having the last couple of years shafted.
But 69 couldn't be kept down. Oh my god. Too much for me. I was with actually, you know what? There was a little bit of a lack of 69 jokes, so good on you. Cool. So we got 12 in the server. Any thoughts heading in? I guess I could provide thoughts if you're getting in, but for me, I was looking just kind of reviewing some of the stat sheets, and it struck me that Morale really likes to play Pocket Scout, taking heals, whereas Jazzy's kind of the scout too, will play back and not take so much damage. So in this match, look for Morale to take those Ubers and try and do a lot with it. He has huge frag potential. Also, a big fan of Nazboy. He's putting up some strong numbers. I'd say of the players to watch, probably Josh. I'd watch him as someone to. He takes a lot of heals, but make sure that he can do the output with that. That'll be important in this match. Yeah. Any standout players for you, Ro, to look out for?
I'm sorry, is this Beavern? Am I crazy?
The legendary Beavern? The legend, yes.
What is this team? I'm now on team Team Boomers. I mean, now the name makes sense. We've got Juno, Dr. Phil, Beavern. I don't know who Revolver Toast is. CJ and Squirrel BVC. I mean, Beavern is literally my favorite frag I've ever seen. in a frag video compilation. I'm pretty sure Beavern is the one who did the 6K on mid one ETF2L season, and it was just like the most incredible thing I ever saw in my life. So I'm really excited now.
Yeah, a lot of talent in this match for sure. And here we are into the first middle on Gullywash.
Yeah, going into this first mid, I'm looking at Dr. Phil going up the choke route. Nazboy getting there a little bit slower, but the action is looking good for a little bit of early damage. Oh, a chunky shot into the soldiers on the red team. Boomer's already looking at a huge damage deficit, and the positioning is so much better for the rest of the blue team. tf2easy now stopping all these attempts on the life of their medic Seeds, who's bouncing and bobbing and weaving. It's a full wipe in less than like 5 seconds.
Yeah. They got completely melted on Boomers. That was surprising. CJ took some early damage, but it looked like Seeds was playing like this kind of ground game that kept him out of danger. Really like what I saw there. And yes, 5 players staying alive for tf2easy, so they've already got themselves set up in the lobby. This is what you see from the top level teams. They already start setting up lobby, not allowing the red team to kind of get a defense or a force in lobby.
But the Ubers are ready now, and they're going to be moving in at any moment. They're waiting for their respawns. Nazboy's opting to go for the shutter. The scout Ubers right away and go straight into the pyro, doing some good damage, but not quite stopping it in time. And the whole Uber is basically over before they can get any more ground. This heavy is keeping a nice job of pushing these players back, taking a ton of that damage. Squirrel underneath the point is trying to keep some pressure off, but finally falls. And Gazzy and the soldier are working their way to the point, going to be getting this cap time off and securing the first round. 1-0 in a 1 minute 30-second round.
Yeah, that was super fast and pretty convincing from tf2easy. Just a really clean mid and then also a really nicely executed last push.
This next mid, we'll see if Dr. Phil can do a little bit more, get that damaging and positioning that they need. He's opting to the choke rollout again, but a fast soldier immediately stuffs him back. Nubby's going to be moving in and grabbing that kill.
Wow.
Very low himself, but is done more than enough for the rest of this round. Looking at the rest of the mid, though, here we've got the action pushing forward. Red players falling left and right. Juno trying to make some kind of a desperate play here. Onto the medic, he sees the lot. Oh, he got it! Excellent.
Wow. Yeah, the combined effort of Squirrel and Juno, both going for Seeds, do get the pick, and I'm surprised they let him just hang out there by himself to get picked off. Other than that, it was a really nice mid for tf2easy with Nubby getting that early pick on the Demo Man.
But John and Nubby are putting on the pressure still.
Yeah.
What? That was...
Yeah. Turns out you don't need a medic to push last. Turns out all you need is just to keep rolling it on through, and then they had so much cap point pressure, they're able to finish that off. As like the pace, we've played 2 rounds of TF2 in less than 3 minutes. It's incredibly fast.
I was about to say, that is probably the fastest round I've ever seen in my life. Oh man, this next mid though, we've got Nubby and Josh holding down this right side choke area, rotating over to the other side, seeing a Juno bomb. Nice little air shot on a Morale, takes him out. One little bomb is not going to be enough. The rest of the red team has rotated nicely through this banana, but Nubby, waiting by the drop down, is able to clean up house, and the rest of the scouts, Gazzy doing a very good job of taking down both scouts, Beaver and Revolver. And that'll be this round taken. They still have their medic, so it's looking like it's going to be another quick one. They've always got the cap ready to go, but this time they're at least going to be waiting for their respawns.
Yeah, Nubby's trying to peek the Riverside. Does get picked off before the Uber. That's a bit of a misplay there on a 20-second respawn. They're going to have to do an Uber advantage push 5 versus 6, but given how their last pushes have gone so far, they could use a little bit of a challenge trying to make this push happen. They've got the lobby set up. There's the pyro in toast next to the door. Here comes the air blast as the Ubers come in. Juggled up a bit, but instantly picked off. And now they're rotating over to Riverside to do some damage, Ro.
Yeah, but this Dr. Phil positioning under the point is really good right now. One scout's rolling underneath to try and get a little bit of the pressure on. Sickies are rebounding. There's a heavy also hiding inside the sneaky. Instantly gets on top of it, but the spy comes out. Nubby on the respawn. Just walks up and takes him out.
Yeah, that's not typically a class you'll see on the respawn because Spy is very slow, but he does get there in time to backstab the heavy as he comes out of closet, and that's just really, really funny. And, you know, there's just nothing seems to be stopping tf2easy, and it really comes down to these mid fights where Boomers are just having a hard time getting out of their elbow and onto the point.
Yeah, Nazboy did some good damage here, but finally it's down. And the scout as they were walking up through that elbow, and that's looking a lot better for the rest of tf2easy. They did lose their medic in the exchange. I didn't see who pulled it off, but that didn't stop them the last time. They still managed to pull through, and Nubby is all the way on last, doing a really nice... Oh! Nope, he's dead. They're aware of his trickery now.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate Boomers. You know, you lose 3 rounds going your side and you try and go their side, but it didn't quite work out. Oh, Josh hiding in the corner here. Tries to go for the taunt, look around the corner, but gets spotted out and picked off, and so does Gazzy. He goes down, and now they're going to have to back off with Seed, trying to build Uber on mid, but they're going to have to forfeit this. So Trap's going out by Nazboy, but he's not going to be able to hold this out. Does push Beaver off onto the low ground, though, but yeah, everyone's coming in for Boomers. They should get this cap. Nazboy might get caught, and he does at the choke point. A little overextended there.
Yeah, but there is a sniper Nubby who did try to make something happen here while the rest of the players were pushing onto the point. The respawns are still up because the cap did not go off. The Ubers are almost ready for both teams. This initiation from Juno is trying to get some attention, but he falls down with Revolver, and CJ died in the back lines. What? They have no medic now.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for the Boomer push. Their push that was looking so good was just falling apart, and they were up against a sniper too, but they haven't been able to pick off Nubby. He's still up there, firing body shots at the choke point. Full Uber advantage for Seeds as they start to walk into the point. And yeah, Boomer, this was their best chance at converting a round, and yeah, with CJ going down, that just made it all go to pieces.
Yeah. Respawns are now up for everyone. Big numbers advantage coming out from tf2easy, and there's barely any positioning available. They're just kind of scouting things out on top of this balcony. A soldier bomb comes in. Josh putting a little bit of pressure onto the soldier Juno, but will not quite take any lives now. But Revolver did not want to give up. He went for it and falls, unfortunately, shortly after. The Uber has come off now from the rest of the tf2easy team. They're making their way through lower into this last. They might be able to get a scrounge of Uber into the last, but they did not manage to make it extend that far. Instead, they're going to be flooding in through this balcony, getting eyes on the Dr. Phil, who's now desperately throwing stickies onto the point, but it's too little too late, and the 4th round goes to tf2easy.
It's funny, Nubby just didn't die, so they just had to keep running sniper the whole way through, but he was doing great. And yeah, there's just a bunch of kill streaks up for TF2. 4-0 now after 7 minutes of play. This has been a dominant performance thus far.
Yes, it's looking really nice. Let's see how they close this out in this first and last potential mid of this round. We'll see Nazboy over at the choke, getting some really damage. CJ already at like half health somehow. Josh going very quick, able to take out both the medic and the scout, and then they mulch everyone inside that banana room. A desperate jump comes out from Juno, who's getting mulched himself in the air. He does manage to trade off with the demo man, but again, we've seen that tf2easy is unfazed by the players dying. They just managed to cap everything. Nubby already getting in position onto this last.
Yeah, Scrummage jumps a little bit, but he's in the right spot and already putting pressure on the left side spawn door. Gonna back away off of that. He loves to do that setup, basically get into last, start spamming the spawn, and then backing off, basically guaranteeing that there's nobody in lobby as the team comes to clear through into lower shutter.
Nubby is just relentless right now. He's going into water, keeping the pressure on, even at half health, pulling so much of the attention away from the rest of the team, getting ready for the Uber right now through Shutter. The Scout is leaving the charge. Morale once again doing his best, but Squirrel and Juno have done a good job of keeping the rest of the players dead underneath the point. They're rotating back. Morale is now meeting up with the Pyro onto this point. Can he get the shots off needed? Seeds is going to be playing very passively right here, but this shotgun is a little too strong. The Scattergun on the point. Beaver is getting their CJ with the Uber Saw. Does not manage to get the Uber as a result, but they do manage to defend the point, and they're going to be having the super advantage.
Incredible defense, but look out for Nubby. He's on Spy, trying to make a back cap happen. I mean, if you are Boomers, this is so enticing because everybody on the blue team dies, so you're going to want to push out, but Nubby, here he is in lower main, unclose, spotted out by the demo man as well as the scout. He's going to go down. Oh, wait, just going to pick on CJ. How did he get that?
He got called out and just pulled the wiggles and managed to make everything work in their favor. Now here comes Josh going straight to the last point. Juno going to be playing defense. Nice little tower defense, so to speak. But meanwhile, Dr. Phil just trying to walk backwards, gets bodied by an air shot there. And the rest of the red team is trying to make something happen. They at least managed to trade off with the opposing Demoman Nazboy, and that will at least stabilize them for now. The Uber advantage is still significantly in their favor, but tf2easy is sitting on the defensive. They don't have to push out or push forward. They just need to hold back.
Yeah, they discovered the Spy, and he's going to last point anyways, going for the decloak potentially. Demoman turns around for him. Dr. Phil spots him out, is able to prevent him from capping last. There is a bunch of pushing going on the front side. 5 players dead now for the blue team, and it looks like Boomers do have a successful last push out despite losing the medic to that Spy. The double Spy play is just, you know, not a good call, but you wanted goofiness, bro. That's what you got.
He wanted to make the stylish play, right? But that's what happens when you fly too close to the sun. You lose the round. And right now the advantage is looking heavily in their favor. CJ now getting that Uber ready, but there's some players kind of alone at the choke. This is a really good opportunity for this rotation, but they lose 1-for-1, and the Demo Man, Dr. Phil, able to at least take out the opposing Demo Man, so this is going to look much better for them. tf2easy is trying to make one desperate play here. Josh, going high in the sky, does opt to go all the way back. Oh, but there it is, finally the force from Nubby. It was some kind of distraction play. I had eyes on Josh, but Nubby was the one who found his target. Josh now only just getting back to last. This heavy respawn is up, but Morale can't quite do the damage to Revolver. Toast, who finally gets taken out by the Pyro. The damage is on the point. This Demo Man is disconnected, though, and the heals are out now. There's no heals.
Oh, yeah, that was a interesting force on second point. And maybe CJ just lost track of the soldier because he popped at full health. And then they tried to make the best of it. Toast was trying on the right side spawn, but they overstayed their welcome when the respawns were coming in. That's when they got cleaned up. And now they've handed the Uber advantage back over to tf2easy, who are, killing off Reavern. Second point captured. The Demo Man's still dead, so there's going to be no trap here as tf2easy wants to push mid.
Yes, and the late respawn means that he's not going to be quite up in time. They're going to be pushing through. They know they have the advantage. Nice little hair shot onto the scout, Morale, who is desperately trying to get some heals. The runaround from Juno is trying to get to the wraparound. Did not quite work out for him at 20 HP. And so now with one player down, they're just going to have to wait patiently. Nubby did manage to sneak past, and Revolver Toast knows this. He's looking around for it. The Uber has happened through the big door. They're locking out the forward spawn and starting the cap time. This is a well-oiled machine coming out from tf2easy. They just know everything they're doing.
Yeah, that was a very quick, but maybe there's a sniper here on second point. No, Beaver gets killed off by the trap. Nazboy's into last. Here they go, walking in. Lots of kills dead, and all 6 players alive for tf2easy. And that is going to be tf2e.
Wow, that was a crushing performance. These guys are in lower bracket? What's going on?
Yeah, no, that was very one-sided. I think all 5 mid fights went the way of tf2easy. Like, Boomer just never had a chance on the mids, so maybe by switching up maps, they'll actually take some mids. I mean, that's one of the ways when you're the underdogs in a match. If you can take a mid fight, that can at least send it in your direction. That one Uber advantage push for Boomers looked convincing, but yeah, there's a couple plays in there, bro. What did you think? Where it was a little bit kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm still like buzzing from that. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a 60-second round going, and they lost their medic. That was even crazier to me. I had no idea what was going on. They caught the mid very early during the mid fight. Scout was on second. The soldiers were already on last, and then the cap went off before I even noticed anything. I was like absolutely gobsmacked by it. Just one of the fastest rounds of my life.
Yeah, there was that one spy play that was just like, okay, we spotted the spy, and then he still kills our medic anyways. That is just so tough.
Yeah, those are the incredible moments.
Yeah, let's take a look at the stats page here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be 5-0, so there's not going to be like that much to analyze. You got all the tf2easy players up on the top half of the screen and the Boomers at the bottom. But yeah, seeds, you can see 4 deaths compared to 11 from CJ. That's something that sticks out to me. And then Morale 18 and 7. That's really great for Scout. 458 damage per minute. Is that real? You almost never see Scouts doing that much DPM.
Everything changed when the medic got the speed boost buff, and Scouts just completely took over the meta. They're able to pull out these kind of numbers, and Morale is no exception. He's been incredible all LAN, showing exactly what he's got under his belt, and that's Seeds. Seeds right behind him, giving him the heals, giving him the opportunity and the freedom and the flexibility to push those damage numbers up.
Yeah, I mean, you almost never see all players going above 300 damage per minute. Like, sometimes you'll see a couple of them go up there, but it just goes to show how quick and dominating that match was from tf2easy. And every single mid fight, it just looked like Boomers couldn't take the high ground. They had their soldiers bombing in, trying to make some space, but they just couldn't make their way up onto the high ground and actually get a fair fight going. And tf2easy, they were so fast on the momentum rolls, just like taking mid, rolling it into the lobby, not allowing them to set up on last point, and even capturing one of the last without a medic. It was just like they were all on top of that, and really fun to see.
So we should be going to our next map of the series. If I'm not mistaken, this pick was made by tf2easy, so hopefully the Boomers have something up their sleeve. So we'll be going to Snakewater, as I understand it, for our next map.
Yeah, sounds good. So why don't we take a quick break and we'll come back with Snakewater. Hey, welcome back to our continuing coverage of i69. We're at the lower bracket round 2 between tf2easy and Gamers. We're on map 2. Map 1 was a quick 5-0. tf2easy winning that. And here we are on Snakewater.
Yeah, we're going to this next one immediately. We've got Nasboy coming from low. Got Ice on the opposing Gentleman, getting some early shots. Some aggressive bombs coming out from every single soldier. And CJ is just running forward, trying to avoid all the damage, doing a very good job of dancing around it. Revolver is going to have to keep Josh off of CJ, but it's too little too late. And it does fall down, but it's all good because they did manage to at least take down Seeds, and it's just Nubby and Josh alive. Nubby on the back foot, and Josh looking a little desperate to stay alive in this saw room, running for his life. Will get out, but the scout will not relent.
I believe Boomers picked this map. And so, you know, you can tell that they're a lot more comfortable on this map here. I love the all-out aggression, taking a middle, and this is exactly what they need to do to get themselves back into the series.
Meanwhile, the respawns have been so quick off of tf2easy. They basically rallied together and quickly pick up 3 players and 1 on the escape. It's looking at least a little okay for this respawn, but the forward, they're really scared of this forward spawn. They don't move out. They finally do back spawn and meet up with the rest of the squad, so they're taking a little bit more passive this time for Boomers. They're once again on the back foot.
Yeah, Nubby in quick onto CJ, gets him down so low, but isn't able to finish it off before the Uber's coming in. And yeah, Nubby isn't afraid to die before the Uber. Now another 5 versus 6 Uber advantage push coming in from tf2easy down the left side. They do get the pick on CJ on the low ground, and with that, they can play back with their medic and play for another Uber advantage. Oh, nope, but some picks coming in.
They're getting a lot of good aggression, knocking the players off. The trap does spring, and Dr. Phil clears the point, but that soldier Juno is desperately trying to hold them back. It won't be enough, and the juggler will come out, and the cap will finish off. 1-0, once again, tf2easy, dominating performance. They lose the mid, and then quickly turn it around into their round.
Yeah, I love the way they just like went straight for CJ, got that kill, and then were able to play back and repush with the heals. That was really nicely done.
Yeah, very methodical, coordinated team we're seeing here, which is what you want to see if you want to win the i69 series. At this next mid, Nasboy lower once again, getting eyes on the opposing demo man. Hits a nice early chip shot. The players have rotated top left. They want to play a little bit more passive here. Get eyes on Nubby, who does jump straight into the demo man and takes him out with a little bit of help from Morale. These players are just now dropping down, but their positioning is not quite enough to take it off. But there it is. Beavern has eyes on Seeds and takes down the medic. So they do get a consolation prize, but... Oh no, they got the half torture!
That's awesome. Yeah, that mid fight, it looked like the Boomers were trying to go for something a little bit different, playing their entire combo top left side on the high ground, but they left their demo man out to dry Dr. Phil, and so he got jumped on immediately, and then they were able to play with the demo man advantage. And then they, you know, CJ, he was backing off, but a little bit too slowly, and so he was getting caught there. And now with the delayed heals coming out, it looks like tf2easy is going to start rolling on in. Nubby is on Spy, which is a little bit questionable given that they have the Uber advantage, but he's been playing a lot of Spy in the series.
It does tend to happen a lot, and it hasn't failed him yet, so I mean, I don't blame him. Oh, but Juno doing a nice little defense there to take out Gazzy, who's getting a little bit antsy, pushing forward. Nubby getting into position here from lower. Might be finding an opportunity here at any moment. The Uber is not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Off left or right.
Yeah, looks like Seeds has Kritzkrieg, and they're going to try and take it out the top left side. Here comes the crits from Nasboy. The double on the Toast and CJ. Another one on the Juno in the air. Nicely done. Demo Man's going to get melted and onto the point. And, oh, Sniper in the back corner. Why not for a 5k for Nasboy. And a really sick crits.
That was cherry. So good, aiming it right on top of the spawn doors and cleaning house. Nubby also had a little consolation prize there, going in as a revolver spy, taking things down and shooting down that medic. This next mid, what do you want to see coming out from Boomers?
Yeah, I like that top left mid, but they got to play closer with Phil. Looks like they're actually maybe not going for the... Oh, wow. Noob is so fast onto Phil. Completely caught him off guard. They're down to Demo Man. They need to run right away, but no, looks like Boomers are committing to this, going all in top right side and getting melted.
And the aggression is not over, though. Revolver Toast is getting so much damage onto these soldiers, and Scouts finally gets caught out and launched airborne, taken down with a couple pistol shots to clean it up. Seeds survives his first mid of the map, but it's not meant much in the previous rounds, and the Kritzkrieg is almost ready.
Poor Dr. Phil, he's getting picked on the mids, and he's getting picked on at the spawn, and he's just not catching a break. Nubby getting that pick there and then backing off. There's going to be no trap in the lobby for this Uber advantage push coming in from Seeds. They're already set up. Juno is hiding on the left side, but that doesn't really matter because the crits is coming in on the other.
Oh, but this time it's a whiff, only getting nothing. Finally picks up a squirrel, but loses their medic. Thankfully, Juno, knowing the opportunity to push into that medic when they don't have the Uber, it's an easy pickings, and does manage to secure that. The medic stayed alive as well, so CJ is going to be able to keep these heals going, but there's two players hiding on this left side, and they're not going to be ready for this. It's just Beaver, and he's going to call it out, and maybe the players are going to rotate back, but it's looking like a significant advantage. The respawns are up, though, and will be able to keep the pressure off. At the very least, Gazzy might get the 1v1 here and gets traded off.
I can't believe he got that. It was half health to full health, and he still managed to get the trade. And he stalled for quite some time, and getting a 1-for-1 trade like that does stall. But there is still Uber advantage for CJ. They're starting to clear through the saw onto the drawbridge side. It looks like Nazboy is going to get picked by a trap, but they still want to go for that push anyways.
Yes, they're going forward. Josh gets a little bit denied here for his bomb. Does manage to take a little bit of high ground and doing some good damage onto the soldier and pulling the attention away. Nazboy walking forward, hits a nice pipe onto CJ, who finally pops it off. The Demo Man rushes deep into Saw, but cannot find his mark. And there's still a soldier above the point, keeping the distractions going. Gazzy wins his 1v1 down low and picks up another pick. And Beavern falls shortly after Dr. Phil just walking into his death as he rounds the corner and loses it. Revolver only now going back, trying to decide what is the best option as an off-class here. No, he decides to stay scout.
Yeah, and Nubby on Sniper, gonna be peeking down the left side. He's getting wide peeks as the team pushes into the point. Uber is going off. They're stacking, leaving 3 shots for Nubby. They're all swarming the point, getting those kills, and that's gonna be a round converted for tf2easy. And they did a great job keeping their momentum rolling all the way through.
The writing looks like it's on the wall, Sling. I'm not really sure what can happen here. We've seen a lot of good plays from Juno and Beavern, kind of holding their own. Dr. Phil also doing well, but these mids just aren't working out for them.
Yeah, and they need to keep Dr. Phil alive. He's been having the hardest time. Nubby going again for that fast roll, and he's on top of his face. Does get pushed off this time, so there is hope for Dr. Phil, but no, the Stickies come over the top of the shack and pick him off.
And the bombing soldier comes in to clean house onto these scouts, doing so much damage, and Nazboy walking forward, hitting pipes like a dream. It's looking really good for this to roll out into another round win. Revolver doing a very good job of keeping these Nummy at least trying to get the trade off, but finally falls, getting shot in the back of the head. The demo is just getting so aggressive. Might get into a 1v1 here with Dr. Phil, who's not relenting. Finally does manage to get a nice little pick here onto Morale, who was biting off more than he can chew. And the follow-up bomb is really nice here. Speevern able to do a nice little headshot from across the way. These 2 picks might be more than enough, but they're still down 1 player, finally doing that respawn.
Well, they're going to take that Uber in left side. Nazboy and Gazzy. Sticky jumping in toward the right side sentry gun. It's going to back spawn. There's traps on the point, so they can't cap it quite yet. And now the respawners are walking back out for Boomers.
Yeah, these rotating spawns have been really helpful because there was no one watching and they were able to get right back into the position they need, take out these players. Nazboy falling down means there's no sticky traps. They can start making their way forward, but Nubby in immediate expectable fashion is immediately coming into this last point. Did actually get a little bit of damage there from that rocket jump. Nubby, can you pull it off?
Yeah, Squirrel making the right call here by playing back with a known spy player, and he's gonna spot that out. There is ×2, ×3 on second point. Blue team's trying to contest this. A lot of damage coming in, but they're not able to stop. The cap goes down. 30% advantage for CJ. They need to keep moving through before C's can get it, but Gazzy's gonna try and distract. He's down below in Africa. Picked off 2 picks here before the Uber comes out.
Yeah, the spy does roll up. It's waiting by the pack, but there's positioning all over this midpoint. The Ubers are about to be exchanged. And there it is. The counter Uber comes in. They manage to get CJ on the escape. And Nubby pulls off another backstab, taking out players. And then another follow-up with the revolver. It's a 3-0. Going to be their 4th win of this map. And potentially going to be the last one of this series. Oh, but a desperate bomb comes in. Juno doing a very good job of hitting the next little fadeaway air shot, hitting the wall and doing it. Really nice to hit the medic there, but I don't think it's going to be enough because the cap time is already going off. There it is.
Yeah, another situation where you don't need your medic to push last point, especially when it doesn't have Uber. And yeah, it just goes to show how good Demoman Ubers are when CJ's Ubered on you and they just counter Uber and the Demoman can just jump and catch CJ before he can rotate out of mid, and then they're able to just roll that all the way through with the heals. Just really nice play from tf2easy. I think even with the spy, it's making it difficult for Boomers to get into this map.
Yeah, to feel comfortable. Meanwhile, finally, they're playing the good defense. Nubby goes in and instantly gets taken out. Josh, though, doing a very good job of jostling the players behind this cabin. And once again, Nazboy doing a phenomenal job of walking forward and taking players out. He's getting a little bit of pressure here from Beavern, who is still up. He has eyes on Gazzy. Instant meat shot. One more to follow it up, buddy. No, but Morale got his back and takes down Beavern. Seeds did die during that exchange, so the Ubers are relatively even, but the numbers are still heavily in tf2easy's favor, and they're already capping second and looking like they might be ready for another, potentially, a Crits play?
Yeah, I mean, you can just see that Dr. Phil is never able to get established on those mids. It's so difficult for him. And yeah, here we are, tf2easy on second point. It looks like the heals are coming, pushing out for Boomers, and they do get Josh. There is Gazzy floating behind them in the lobby, but he's going to let the second point get capped down. He's going to try and take a 1v1 versus Beavern. Spots him. Can he win this time? Beavern gets it.
Nubby! He was so patient with the Demoman right in front of him. Finally gets the stab. No Demoman for the Boomers, and tf2easy is looking really solid right now. Their fortress of players just holding them back. Nazboy hitting the fadeaway pipes from across the map. The midpoint, a really nice follow-up bomb from Josh, takes out the medic, and then it's just one scout alive. Beavern walking in, takes down Josh. That's a consolation prize, but with that death, it's looking pretty much like the end here with a full Uber advantage, walking into second and last.
Yeah, that's true. Second point goes down. They're going to rotate. Looks like you got to be wary of a sniper here. That's what you might drop to, but I don't even think they're worried about that. Looks like they're going to rotate it to right. There's no sniper. Walking out the shadows, no trap on the shadow either, so they're just going to walk in for free. It looks like red team's on the other side of the map. Finally get the sniper, but it's not the right angle at the right time. Cap time on the point, and that's going to be it for tf2easy.
Another fast 5-0, sub 12 minutes. GGs are called out. The Boomers putting up a nice little throwback for me. I love seeing players I recognize, especially when they're players I haven't seen for years. And meanwhile, it's looking all right, at least for the rest of this TF2 series. My hat was a little disconnected there. It's back now.
Yeah, there's a speedrunning competition happening on the B stream because Froyo was winning really quickly, but honestly, tf2easy might have won even faster. Those mids and then just rolling it all the way through. They're so fast about it. And then yeah, they try and slow it down, maybe throw crits in there, throw in a spy, but all in all, you can see the mismatch, and that's okay. That happens at LANs. You know, you got the best teams that are out there, and Boomers coming out of the open bracket. I think they had a good showing, but it's really difficult, you know, when there's a mismatch like that. And so, best you can do, show up and have fun, and do your best.
Yeah. So it's looking like the end of our broadcasting for today. We're gonna be heading to a short break, but Essentials TF, the A stream. If you head on over there, you'll be seeing I believe the upper bracket semifinals, if I'm not mistaken, where it's going to be Froyotech versus Witness Gaming, and that's going to be very exciting and set us up for what the rest of the grand finals will look like in the lower bracket and for the rest of this tournament to see who takes it all. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. And stick around for the break if you like, but the Essentials TF stream is where it's at, because that's where our next game is going to be happening here in a few, maybe like I think it said like an hour and a half from now or less. I'm not entirely sure, but if you check the stream, you'll find out all the details you need there. So thank you again. My name is Ro. I've been here with Slyn. It's been an honor playing with you, watching with you, and we'll see you guys another time. Take care.